And we are live. All right, I think so anyway. We should be. How are we doing, everyone? Sorry about the Check's non-existent watch 2 hours and 22-minute delay. Yeah. I'm sure I'll answer this question later again. But I'm just gonna say it now. Basically, I have this really bad like swollen something on my left leg, which I've had since it got really bad Saturday. Got even worse yesterday, but I can still walk on it just fine. It just hurt a little bit. And then this morning I woke up and it was really, really bad. So I called the doctor and I kind of just expected that I'd get a time like in a couple of days and I just have to tough it out, right? And they're like, okay, yeah, just come in like 2 hours. And I'm like, sure. So that's what happened. Went to the doctor. Um, nothing too bad, nothing dangerous. Just some swelling, maybe allergic reaction as a result of like a bug bite or something. But nothing I can't solve with some good old medication. So everything's chill, everything's good. Hopefully in a couple days it won't hurt every time I walk. And yeah, that'll be it. So nothing to panic about, but typically when it comes to stuff like this, especially when it could be something regarding an allergic reaction, I have a bunch of allergies. For context, whenever it involves an allergic reaction, I always want a professional opinion before I start taking medication of any sort. Because a lot of the time, depending on what's going on, it can have side effects, right? Like, that's not to like scare anyone or anything, but if you are worried, especially if you have a past, or like a history with like allergies and infections and stuff like that, get a professional opinion before you start drugging yourself up. So, anyway, we're gonna be starting off with some Lugia today because I want to throw away all my elo. Uh, no, Lugia did just win the Tournament of Doom Worlds. Worlds format tournament day 2-day event. It was won by Lugia with a 2-2 Chinchino line and a Weirdier. Now the Weirdier is something let me think about it as always. It's Roma first, right? Yeah. Yeah, the Weirdier is something I've been thinking about a lot in Lugia. I think it's very powerful in Lugia. I think it makes a lot of sense. And while the list I was playing was Lugia, or what's it called, was 3-3 Chinchino and Weirdier, I do think 2-2 Chinchino Weirdier makes more sense because if you're playing the Weirdier, you kind of just free up that space, right? Playing a smaller count of Chinchino can definitely make some matchups more awkward, but it's not the end of the world. All right, that's awesome. We got 2 chops in our hand. So I think we just go Gift to Lugia, pass, and then assuming we top deck nothing relevant, then we just loom in for research. We get rid of our chops. We hopefully hit a Lugia VStar, and we're gaming. Sup, I'm Legend. How we doing? Oh, also, I'm watching the Japan versus Italy volleyball quarterfinals in the Olympics right now. Which is very important. Context. Very important context. Because they're in game 5. Which is huge, right? Especially because if fucking I don't know. All right, whatever. Especially because if Italy wins, sorry, it'll be a reverse sweep. But it's been a really good set, really close set, or game, I should say. And yeah, we'll see. I'm hoping Japan wins. Japan is the team I'm rooting for when it comes to volleyball. Which is a really entertaining team to watch. So, big fan of that. All right, so both our chops have been shuffled away, but we have 3 outs to chop if we can flip heads. No. And so let me think. Do we ever want anything besides research? Not really. So, I get a Minchino. Yeah, Japan is definitely my favorite team to watch right now, as far as the national leagues are concerned. So, hoping they win, hoping they clutch up and be insane if they're able to beat Italy after getting upset by Germany and then losing to the U.S. pretty badly. They took a game, but it was still not exactly great. But do we ever bench Weirdo here? I'm kind of inclined to say no. I'm going to fuck around and find out. But yeah, would be insane if Japan did beat Italy, considering how poor their start to the Olympics were. So, we'll see. We will see. All right, give me 2 birds. Get me... Do we ever use the Great Ball here? I don't hate using the Great Ball here. I know a lot of people come to... come to Twitch and Pokemon and all that to escape all the sports talk during the Olympics, but sorry, you're stuck with it here. I'm not normally that big of a sports fan, but I have recently gotten very hooked on volleyball, so you have to hear me yapping. The game's almost over, though, and then I'll shut up and talk about, I don't know, Primal Turbo and shit like that. So I think we go DTE and Mist here. And then we missed our second Minchino. I think I like that a lot. Keep ourselves out of Dragon Bolt range, but then that is all of our missed energies. Which does get a little bit scary. Hell yeah, Lucid, thank you so much for the 4 months. Greatly appreciated. I promise I'll make that more worth it for you once I get back from Worlds and start streaming some more. It's been a very on and off couple months for me streaming-wise, but you know what? We'll make it work, right? We make it work. Was out. 8-8 in game 5. Would go crazy. I'm paying more attention to the volleyball game than I am the game Pokemon I'm playing right now. To be fair, though, I think we're in a great spot here. Losing the Weirdeer and a Cinccino is really bad considering our lines. But we have 2 rats set up. We have two rats set up, so we just like smack really hard with 1, and then we also have Iron Hands. So we have our 2-2-2 pretty much mapped out. Don't do it, Sticks. This deck is horrible. Oh, I agree. Listen, I already know what I'm playing for Worlds. Like full what's it called? Full transparency. I already know what I'm playing for Worlds. It's not fucking Lugia, I'll tell you that much, but I won't be saying what I'm playing. But I'm playing a bunch of different decks on stream because I want to have experience playing every deck that I'm expecting to play against, right? Also, Rexy, hell yeah, thanks so much for the 3 months. Really appreciate it. Don't get scammed by the scam train, guys. Don't let it, don't let the scam train, fool you. I do appreciate it, though. I do appreciate it. You play United Wings, be honest? Dude, I would fucking kill to play United Wings. There's no way it's not Regidrago. Maybe. Listen, Regidrago is by technicality a Regi deck, so I think you guys, yeah, I think if you look close enough, there's a Regidrago plush right there. Am I pointing at the right thing? I need to go higher. There we go. With all my other Regis, but yeah. Big Regi fan. I don't know if that was apparent by this channel's branding or anything. Yeah. No, we'll see. Well, you guys will see. I already know I already know what's happening. I see. All right, there's the Neo. That makes sense. I was about to say I see no energies on this Dragapult. Yeah. One thing I will note though that I found really, I say interesting, but I mean bad, about this Lugia list. This is the Doom winning 60. It doesn't play Pheasantipede, and I think every deck in this format that is not Gardevoir should be playing Pheasantipede. And honestly, there's like an argument for Gardevoir to play Pheasantipede. I'm not saying I agree with that argument. I'm just saying it exists, right? I'm just saying it exists. Ogerpon could go crazy. I'll put it in the hand for now. I have plenty of stuff to discard anyway. Let me get rid of this. Actually, I should probably have Thinder Aroma. When you go to Hawaii, I leave on the 13th. So next Tuesday. I leave on next Tuesday. All right, so if I retreat with DTE, I have plenty of energy. Even if I hold the Legacy, which is great. I would be scared of this if I was playing against Regidrago, but they're not actually threatening a board wipe in any way. So I think we're chilling here. We're pretty big chilling. I'll just throw down the Jamming Tower just because I don't think they play any stadiums I need to worry about. And then I think we just go Gift Jet. So let's see here. 280. And then this puts us to Knockout. Yep. And I don't think we used the last Primal Turbo. Because if they ever... Yeah, they can't kill either of the Chops and Cinccino at the same time. So, if they ever kill a Archeops, sure, they deny Iron Hands, but then I still have Cinccino, and it doesn't matter. So, I think we just win here. Started playing Guardy this week. Zard seems good in new format, but playing Zard makes me cringe. Honestly, feel that. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like, right... Okay, so before Shrouded Fables came out, everyone was like, oh my god, Zard is insane, right? And then people started to realize Regidrago is really good. And while I think Zard and Regidrago are similar in power level, Regidrago has an inherently good Zard matchup, right? Which means that just, like, by that being the case, Drago would be, like, ended up seeing more hype. So, like, all of a sudden, Drago's getting a bunch of hype, and the set drops on live, and everything anyone is playing is just meant to hate on... First, it was Zard and Drago. Now it's just primarily Drago hate. Yeah, Lugia is a big part of that. Lugia is a very, very big part about this, this idea of, like, countering, Zard, and Regidrago at the same time, right? Which is really, really hard, right? It's really, really hard. Gardevoir is a good example of a deck that tries to and fails. We did see the list with the neutralizing zone, which is good into Regidrago, absolutely, but if a Regidrago list plays a stadium out, then it does jack shit, right? Then it does jack shit, so. Oh, did they Clops here? They can go Clops into kill this Archeops and kill this. But, like, they just lose the boss then. Which doesn't seem worth it. Because they can't pick up everything. They just insta-lose the boss. Which I think I'm down, like, yeah, I'm down 0 boss, 0 Lumen. But yeah, Lugia seems really well positioned. But like Lugia was always going to be well positioned at the World Championships. Maybe the Miraidon article you made might be the truth. At the time when I wrote the Miraidon article, or at least when I started testing Miraidon, my initial idea was that Iron Thorns was enough to give you a competent Zard matchup, and they scooped for some reason. And you had an inherently good Drago matchup. The Zard matchup was not as easy as I wanted it to be. It was not unwinnable, but it wasn't great. And the Drago matchup, while Miraidon favored, was definitely not as lopsided as I thought at first, because Kyurem opens up so much counterplay for Regidrago, right? That being said, though, if we go into a very Lugia-centric meta, that could be very interesting. Raging Bolts also seems like it has a lot of stocks going into it. Raging Bolt does not want to see Zard do good, so Zard stocks going down is really good for Raging Bolt, especially if Regidrago stocks stay high. But by that same token, Gardevoir is kind of like a dark horse, middle of the road type of deck, where I think we have a clear-cut 3 or 4 being Zard, Drago, Lugia, Bolt, where like Guardy has like really weirdly lopsided matchups into those decks. So Yeah, I got to watch a stream at 7 a.m. in the U.S. We love to see it. Yeah, it works out well for the Americans that I'm starting later today. Ooh, shit. Match point to Italy on their serve. Hold up, chat. I need to watch volleyball. Serves received. Block out by, was that Ishikawa? Yeah, Ishikawa. 14-14. I'm getting live commentary on this volleyball game as I stare down a Charmander. I just watched the VODs on my lunch break. That goes hard. Not enough people post their VODs, honestly. It's good content. I think Azul does it best, though. Because he posts the full VOD, and then he has a condensed version that goes on the main channel. But I don't have the time or the resources for that right now. But I think Azul does that really well. Thoughts on the new Dark Box deck? Seems solid. But honestly, I don't know enough about it. It's just always Niano here. I haven't played it enough. I might actually give it a couple of games one of these days. Yeah, this is definitely a Lugia hand. 15-14 for Japan. We're in deuce. I'll just have to get rid of the gift here. Okay. Yeah, this deck fucking sucks. This deck sucks. Alright, that's fine. I'm gonna be so mad if Japan chokes this game. They were up 2-0. They were ahead in game 3. They should never have gotten this close. Even though it's an upset regardless of how Japan wins. As long as Japan wins, this is an upset. Is it Onodera in? No, I think Onodera's out. Maybe? I don't know. Oh, wait, they scored a fucking ace. Never mind. Okay. 15-15. Anyway, let's talk some Pokemon. Zard staring me down. I'm under a lot of pressure to set up a Lugia right now. Great Ball doesn't really get me to where I want to be. I don't think I can afford to research this hand. I think what we do is we grab Lugia V. And then we go... Yeah. This is very sketch. 16-15 Italy. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Does Gardy ever play Mimikyu anymore? I think so. It's so good into Regidrago, which Regidrago is your most problematic matchup as Gardevoir right now. Anything that gives you lines in that matchup, I think, is incredibly important. I have Ultra Ball in hand. I'm just gonna read the wind away the Futtermane, and hope we can make something work here. And Italy won. Fuck me. I thought you were enjoying the funny dragon guy. Oh, I am. I'm playing a variety of stuff on stream. I think I spent like 2.5, 3 hours last stream just playing Drago. So. I cannot believe Italy fucking won that. It's so tragic. It was a good game. It was a very good game. But, like, Japan should just never have choked that. Yeah. Japan should have just never choked that. Oh well. I'll go fume over it later while I tilt because of Lugia. I'm thinking about playing Lugia today. Thank you for the stream. No, I'll probably start, dude, for real. No one actually wants to play Lugia, okay? No one actually desires to play Lugia. What the fuck is this hand? Alright, I'm going... God, I want to scoop so bad. I want to scoop so bad. The faster I can stop playing this deck, the better. Holy. I mean... Sure, whatever. It's going on the fish now. I have ceased to care. Yeah, Carmine. I need to hit the stones to like stay in this game, so I mean I could single chop. Honestly, at this point, fuck it. Fuck it, we're single chop gaming. Do I have enough DTEs to make this work? It seems I do. Bonk. I've been playing Zard a lot and got it built IRL. My friend was really want to give me a few extra, few in exchange for a free meal. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Yeah, Zard's really good. I think Zard is definitely not getting the respect it should be getting in the current online meta. I think we're gonna see a lot more Zard at Worlds than we are at in these online tournaments. Specifically, I think we're gonna see a lot more Zard at top tables. I'm gonna see a lot more Zard at top tables. Pheasantipity EX? Yeah, every deck should be playing Pheasantipity. That card's nuts. Which is kind of crazy considering that Oricorio GX saw play, but like not even close to the same extent as Pheasantipity. I think a big part of that is because like everyone has like Lumen and Rotom and like Ogerpons and all kinds of shit on their bench anyway, right? So, are you enjoying this format? I am. It's weird. It's a weird format to crack. I like this format a lot more than last year's Worlds format. Last year's Worlds format was terrible. I did not like it at all. Okay, actually, that's not entirely true. I liked the format itself, but it was really, really miserable as far as a World Championship's concerned because so many decks tied, right? So many ties. So specifically for Worlds, it wasn't that fun because you never got to punish. You never got to punish. I can't speak. I have lost the ability to speak. You never got to finish games, right? Playing that format with unlimited time is a blast. It's super fun, right? But you can't play unlimited time at a sanctioned event. It doesn't work that way, right? Yeah. So, it just felt really miserable. Oricorio had ADP? Yeah. Well, namely, you weren't benching Oricorio because of ADP, right? Yeah, I'm all kinds of fucked right now. If I had Weird Ear, I could probably, like, clutch something, but... Nah. We're Clopsing... Does Clops active do enough here? Yes, it does. Yeah, I'm not gonna bother. I will not be giving Lugia more than an hour of my time. That's all it's getting. I have a couple of Raging Bolt lists I've been eyeing up that I want to try. I think that's what we're gonna do after that, and then we'll probably play some Guardia as well. It'll probably be closer to like a 3-hour stream today. I know I said 4, but I got delayed more than I thought I would. So we'll probably be ending around like 6. European Central, right? So like free 2.5 hours from now. We'll see. We'll see. But I think an hour of Lugia, an hour of Raging Bolt, and an hour of Guardy to end us off. Seems solid, right? I've been debating on what A-Spec for Zard, though, because with Duskline being aggressive with Prime Catcher doesn't sound bad at all. Personally, I have not played very much Charizard. However, I have tested against Charizard a lot. And without leaking anything I'm not allowed to leak, I think Prime Catcher is the best A-Spec for Charizard. There are a bunch of good shouts. Even some of the more niche ones can absolutely pay off in a deck like Lugia. Not in a deck like Zard. But if we're just going off of just raw value, regardless of matchups, regardless of anything, just raw value, Prime Catcher will always be on top. Unfair Stamp is great. I don't think you can go wrong with Unfair Stamp. But I think Prime Catcher is just better. On the whole. So yeah. I think people are overestimating Lax. It did well in a 65-minute tournament. I don't think the timer has that much to do with it. Honestly. That being said, I do think people are overestimating Lax. Namely, I don't think the average Regidrago player on live or like limitless tournaments has actually realized how to play the matchup yet. Because that matchup is like, assuming they're playing the right techs, which like aren't techs for block stacks, which is good in the block stack, stuff like Turo, stuff like Iron Leads, right? Cologne, right? All of these cards are really, really, really good into block stacks, right? I think once people these cards should be in their lists regardless, right? But once people start realizing how to play the matchup, we will see a hold up. Yes, fine. We'll see a decrease in Lax because the Lax players will just start losing to the Lax players will just start losing to why can't I speak? To Drago. Devo and Zard? Probably. I think Devo and Zard is worth. Let's go and go Gift V-Guard. And how do you play the matchup? Just get Mew EX and play as fast as possible. And you do it one of two ways. Personally, I like my board to be Mew, triple Ogerpon, active Drago, and the last one's kind of iffy. Typically, for me, it ends up being Squawkabilly. And then what happens is that you want your first prize cards of the game to be taking 2 prize cards, whether that's knocking out Rotom or setting up damage with Dragapult, whatever, doesn't matter. One thing I've done, both planned and unplanned several things, is using Dragon Laser with the Regidrago V, or just copying Regidrago V with the V-Star. You use Dragon Laser to do a very, 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 very convenient 120-30. And after that, the turn after, you boss, and you take 2 Snorlaxes off the board before you activate Counter Catcher. It's not a surefire line by any means, but it's very, very, very powerful. It's very powerful. When they don't have candy left. Oh, when do you use Devo? Honestly, it's very game dependent. If you can remove Pidgeot from play, if you can remove Zard from play, Typically you don't want to Devo if there's a Charmeleon, so you want to start targeting the Charmeleon. Or like if there's a Zard with a Charmeleon under it, you want that one to have damage on it. It gets weird. It gets weird. It's very game dependent, but typically you're not Devoing to push a lead you already have. You are Devoing to make a comeback, right? So the short answer is actually just Devo when you need to. Also, real quick, do I just like... I feel like I just weirded here. And I'm just like mad gaming, right? Isn't Weirder just broken? I knock out active. I knock out active here. They punched me. Oh, I have... It's like, oh, I have energies on me. Now I just get to knock you out for free. And then if they set up a third Iron Thorns, I can... No, I can never Blood Moon for game. Never mind, I'm trolling. I still think this is correct, though. I have a very powerful deer here. I have a very powerful deer. I'll still have enough... I'll still have enough cards in my deck to attack with Archeops. Maybe this wasn't well planned. I mean, it only matters if they establish a third Iron Thorns, to be fair, but still. It could get pretty rough. But yeah, either when they want to play full turn 2, double stage 2, drop your hand, Iono Stamp, yeah. Boss Flutterman was to play. Yeah, you're probably right, actually. You're probably right. I mean, no. No, not necessarily, because then they knock us out and then we lose that energy. But I guess if I do Boss Flutter, we do Boss Flutter with DCE, then maybe that's fine. Decisions. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what I like there. Regardless, we're at 160. Oh, they hammered our legacy energy. That really sucks, actually. How many energies do I have left? 2 jets. 2, 5, 7, 14. I have 1 prized. So if I attach... I need to attach 2. The energy in the prizes is not a DCE. That's really the only part of it that actually matters. I need an attacker I can swing with twice. Which means my best bet would normally be Iron Hands. But that's not an option. Everything is weak to lightning, and that sucks. So I should have had energies left to be able to Ursaluna here. Is what this is kind of coming down to. Well, they could also just like whiff energy though, but that's probably wishful thinking. That's probably very wishful thinking. I'm gonna bench the Blood Moon anyway. I'm just gonna knock out active. Because they have to move this energy. They probably just always put it on Lumen, but it could open up some interesting lines if they put it on something else. But we'll see. Also depends on which energy they move. But they're gonna move a Mist to an Archeops. Okay, that's fine. Do we hit the energy? We do. It's a jet. That's good. Great Ball is good. It means we could potentially hit a Lumen, which could get us an Iono. They have the energy. Not like Neurods then. Could punch them with Chops. Then they knock out Chops. God, if Chops wasn't Lightning Weak. If Chops wasn't Lightning Weak, this would be so fine. Because then we could just 2-shot with Chops and we'd win. Why are you standing, Zone? Doc did not tell me to stand. Yeah, I mean, they're proccing gift energy, so I kind of don't care about the Iono. We just get our own Iono. But I think this is just a scoop because we don't have an attacker that can survive Iron Hands or Iron Thorn. Sorry, so we go 2. Yeah, we don't have the energy to finish the game. All right, I'm gonna cut to a quick break to run to the bathroom, and I will be right back. So don't go anywhere. Alright, sorry about the longer wait there. Roommate came home, so. Mandatory had to say hi. It's fine. We're only missing out on Lugia games. No one actually wants to watch those anyway. Streamer taking a dump? Nah. Nah, just talking with my roommate. He wanted an update on how me going to the doctor went. Which seems pretty reasonable, all things considered. Of course, it's work time. Real. Yeah, we're playing Lugia. Alright. Good, I did not want that hand. Can I please have... I mean, it's not terrible, right? It's Iono. I think we're chilling. I need a deck that plays Duskull, won't attack us on turn 1. So, I think we're fine with this. Maybe could have used the Jamming Tower here, actually. Probably should have done that. To block eventual 4 Steel Stones. Yeah, I'm probably getting punished for that here. Is the Lugia list on 1-1? No, 2-2. 2-2. I'm not really sold on 2-2, though. It probably should be 3-2. Or 3-3. I don't know. Not completely sure on that yet. It's not terrible with the 2-2 though. But yeah, definitely should have put the Jamming Tower in play. Why did my fucking Mentos taste like chocolate? Alright. Lugia VStar. Yippee. Rest of this hand is unplayable, so get rid of it. I mean, could be worse. Could be worse, right? We're just gonna read the wind here. That's acceptable. Not great. What's the first big event after Worlds you'll join this season? Dortmund regionals, probably. I'm definitely going to Dortmund, but I might maybe go to Baltimore. Whether I go to Baltimore, I've decided will depend on how well I do at Worlds. If I cash Worlds, I'll go to Baltimore. Because flights really aren't that expensive, like considering it's transatlantic, right? But yeah, might do Baltimore. But definitely Dortmund. So one of those two will be my first. One of those two will be my first. But I plan on doing every European tournament, well, regional or higher. And a couple of North American ones. Would love to meet in Dortmund and live there? Hell yeah. We'll finally see you IRL. Bro, where are you staying, man? Bro, I'm scared to meet Lostina. I'm scared to meet Lostina. But yeah, no, listen, if any of you ever see me at events, right? Like, just come up to me, man. That stuff is just as fun for me as it is for you guys, right? If not more so, honestly. So, You were 13. I thought you were 9. No. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. That can stay in the deck. Just find Emma Hagen and you'll find Chris, bro, for real. Emma stands out like a sore thumb. Bright green dress, often green hair. Very loud and autistic. Nah, I love Emma. I love Emma. She deserves to slander, though. We need a miracle off this research. Alright, let's think about this. If I get single chops, it will immediately be bossed. And all I will have to show for it is my Lugia. Yeah, we're just passing. This deck fucking sucks. Isn't that every person at Pokemon events, though? You know what? That's not a terrible point. But Emma is just very special. Okay? Emma's just very special. I don't mean that as a bad thing. Okay? I mean, this is a bad thing. But I can say this with confidence after having lived with Emma for more than half a year. No, actually exactly half a year. Yeah, exactly half a year. From September to March. Emma is a very interesting person. That's what I'll say. And I mean that in the best way possible. But no, yeah. If you find a woman in a very tall girl in a bright green dress with green hair who isn't Pumpkin Amy, who's also not that tall. So there you go. There's two greens. There's Emma Hagen, there's Pumpkin Amy, right? I'll probably be in the area. That sounds so bad. What sounds so bad? Yeah, I'm getting out of this game. Alright, I know I said an hour of playing Lugia, but I'm pulling the plug. I'm pulling the plug on the chops. No more of this torture. I'm just deranking with this shit. Alright. Get me out of Lugia hell, please. I guess I'll play Guardy then. I'll end off with Raging Bolt. Does that make sense? I feel like that makes sense, right? I feel like that makes sense. Or you mean about the toilet? True. I do have to use the bathroom in between basically every round. But first what you have to do is you have to find out which bathroom I'm using, right? That's half the struggle. We're gonna play... Let's play this Gardevoir list. Let's play this Gardevoir list. Interesting, special. Nah, it's Emma, so it's fine. Listen, if it wasn't for the fact that that Emma calls herself that all the time, then I would not be slandering her like that. But it's fine because it's Emma. And also, who said interesting and special are bad qualities to have? I don't think they are. All right. I have 2 Gardevoir EX decks now. I don't need this one. I yoink this. Boop. All right. Yeah. Also, Emma's a control player, so you know. Since when do we respect control players? According to Twitter, they should be burned by the stake anyway. Show us the world's 2024 deck, please. Haha, no. That's not happening. That is not happening. Yeah. Control guys, ranging players. Real. Alright, let's play some Guardy. This is a double charm list, which is very interesting. This is very interesting. So this list is double Monkey Dory, one Drifloon, one Flutter, one Klefki. So we're still playing no Crest, no Greninja. It has been more common recently. I'm not completely sold on no Greninja, but this is Unfair Stamp over Neutralizing Zone, which I do think is better. I think the thing about Neutralizing Zone is that if you hit a Drago player, or like I guess like there's a couple key matchups, but namely Razor Drago is the big one. And they don't play a Stadium out, you just insta win by throwing into play. But it's just like if they do play a Stadium, it's good, but it buys you a couple turns at most, assuming they preserve their Stadium, right? And if you're getting Curum'd anyway, it kind of doesn't matter. So I don't know. Raging Bolt with Duskull, huh? Interesting. I played Tatsu. I'm kind of not. I haven't really played Tatsu myself yet. I'm not super sold on the idea, honestly. To me, it just seems worse than Greninja. Namely because the issue with Greninja and the reason we're not playing it is because we don't have the bench space, right? Because our Curlias don't evolve into attackers anymore. Or at least like not in the same way they used to, right? We don't have the same amount of bench space. But Tatsugiri still creates that problem, right? It's just a different draw out. Which, like, to be fair, it's Poffin searchable, and if you don't have the energy, it's more value. Especially early game, it's often just, like, inherently more value, but it's still fundamentally very similar to Greninja, and I feel like Greninja just has so much more merit in the mid to late game, because you're not really looking for supporters after turn 1 or 2, right? Like, you either have them all or you don't need them. So that's my take on Tatsu. I don't know. But again, like, I haven't really played with Tatsu myself yet, so it's hard to say. Tatsu 3 Vessel is broken, but doesn't work this format because the deck needs to play other stuff and doesn't have the slots. I could see it. Say value on turn 1 if you don't play Aroma. Yeah, but you have to get it in the active turn 1. Which then is only good going first, because if you're going second and you don't start it, and you use your energy attachment to go into Tatsugiri, then you're not using TM Evo. And that's bad, right? That's just bad. So the value from Tatsu really only comes if you're going first, which to be fair, you should be going blind first as Gardevoir anyway. You should absolutely be going blind first as Gardevoir regardless, but still. This hand is really awkward, but Unfair Stamp is going to be our bailout button here. Yeah. Duskline and Bolt. Honestly, the idea is not terrible. Like, it's probably worse than not playing it, but I mean, I see the vision at least, right? It's more than I can say about some lists I've seen. At least I see the vision, right? Alright. We'll see here. Nest Ball, Raging Bolts. Let's see what they have. Did they hit the Pokestop? They did hit the Pokestop. That's a pretty good Pokestop. Hot damn. What happened to their... Why is there a card hovering over the discard? Oh, you guys can't see that because my webcam's in the way. There's a card hovering... Oh, actually, I should want to move it. Hold up. I'll, like, briefly move the webcam. Oh, it's gone now. Okay, well, I guess I'm just getting trolled. Never mind. There's like a visual bug on live, which, like, to be fair, there's like a million of those. That's got in every deck. It's only 5 deck spaces. You don't have to, like, theoretically, you could just play a 1-1 line, right? Theoretically, you could just play a 1-1 line. You're not forced to playing more than that. Probably does make the deck, or the line at least, a lot worse if you're just playing the 1-1, but I mean, if you're splashing it into a deck that wouldn't otherwise play it, then I don't think the idea is that inherently bad, but I don't think, like, Raging Bolt just wants to bonk hard and bonk a lot, right? I think overcomplicating a deck like Raging Bolt is just not, like, if you want to overcomplicate a deck that plays the Ogerpon, plays the Ogerpon, engine, and wants to have a bunch of options that, like, can make comebacks, do all these fancy things, just play Regidrago, right? Just play Regidrago, right? Like, Raging Bolt is Regidrago if you like to turn off your brain, right? And there's no shame in turning off your brain. There's no shame in that. But did I get? Where did I go? I like burger dressing, burger sauce. Is it barbecue sauce? No. Maybe? I don't know. I have stuff on my fingers. Stuff on my fingers. Should have washed my hands a bit earlier. Oh well. Alright, that aside, we have Unfair Stamp, which is chill. Doesn't make sense in an infinite damage output deck, of course. Yeah. Well, it's like, that's not why you would be playing it for the sake of going behind, right? Also, you like cheese some stuff in the Gardevoir matchup, because if you don't punch a single other 1-prizer, it's just a 7-prize game, right? So it can make, like, Ionos and counter catchers and stuff, like, turn into options, but why do you want those things to be options if you're playing Raging Bolt? Like, you don't need those options. Also, for those wondering, the reason I am hitting the Pokestop twice is because I'm rotting here. I am kind of getting punished for I hit double Artisan, which is not great. It's probably this, Ultra Ball, Curlia, Unfair Stamp. Okay, I do not mind this. We'll toss the Screamtail here. Okay. I just straight up don't have to Arbor anymore, which is kind of crazy. I actually think I'm just gonna, like, hard bench the Drifloon here. I think that's completely fine. I'm gonna go into the Klefki. Gonna give him a weaker turn here. And then I'm actually gonna use the Arven. And what I'm gonna do with that... Let's see, I have 3. I'm just gonna, like, preset my hand. Okay. No Ultra Balls. That's fine. We'll just do this. It's a little sketch. It's a little sketch, but we can use Evolution. Let's do these two. I have PTSD when I play Guardy against Bolt, 2 Lost City, Counter Catcher, and Fortnite box. Local meta goes crazy, bro. Local meta goes absolutely crazy. What's this? Alright. The memory skip for Drago. I have no idea why the memory skip is here. I have no idea why the memory skip is here. It doesn't seem terrible. It's not on paper. I'm not super sold on it, though. It's just in the list, and I copy-paste it, so... Iono's good. We're gonna Charm, right? Maybe we should grab the Charm off the Arven. That might have been a blunder. Local meta is Ancient only. Crazy. Memory skip for Drago. Play Start and show Blessing. Yeah. Not a bad shout. I guess, like... do 180. Turo. I need EX. I still don't have EX. I'm gonna grab this Ogerpon and I'm gonna play Iono. And then basically if I hit 180 with the Drifloon, I can go Monkey Dory to finish it off. It doesn't even have to be this turn, it can be next turn. Why is the game frozen? Live. Thank you. Alright, I still see no Gardevoir EX. The game is still freezing. That's wonderful. Why? Holy shit. Alright. We don't have Ultra Ball in deck, so hitting this Pokestop is kind of pointless. Yeah, this is actually super rough. Because we're gonna go... Okay. I'm going to retreat my Drifloon because I prized my second Rod and I really need this Drifloon. We're still not out of this yet by any means, but this Dusclops is actually making us... is kind of fucking us over here, right? Because what happens is that if we like hard power up a Drifloon, right? If we hard power up a Drifloon, they can Dusclops it, and us taking a prize doesn't matter, but they take an extra prize, which means they just win the prize trade naturally. So I think we're kind of fucked here. Which is a direct result of the Dusknoir. Or they can also like you can also just let me go Dusknoir here. Local meta loves Dragapult, Pidgeot, Charizard for some reason. Fair. I mean, like local metas are different, right? Like we just had the same Dialga player win back-to-back challenges in Aarhus, which goes kind of crazy. Especially because like Aarhus is by no means like a weak area for Pokemon. There's a lot of really good players. Let's see here. So they proc that, and then they killed this. Yeah, I'm not super enthusiastic about our odds here. That's a Gardevoir EX, though. I mean, listen, if we can make them whiff, like, sure, but... not... I'm not thinking this game is looking very hot. A bit of a brick city here. Did they whiff Night Stretcher? No, they got Duskull back. Okay, benching Duskull, like, completely invalidates the entire point of using it in this matchup. This should never hit the bench. This should absolutely never hit the bench. Unless you're trying to win next turn, but you don't need to win next turn. Yeah. Alright. I see... Alright, we have a win con. It's not great, but it is a win con. And so we're gonna require them to whiff some things. We don't have Unfair Stamp. That's unfortunate. But... I wish we had Greninja here. Go here. Go here. We get Monkey. And we just well, we Psychic Embrace first, obviously. 6 active. We're still going to be in 4 energy range. Basically, if they attach Sada, they win the game, right? But with the way it's set up now, if they take a prize card next turn, no matter what they knock out, they win the game, right? So, I'm going to stop them from winning the game. Crazy how that works, right? We're going to start with putting damage here. And then we're going to Miracle Force. We're not going to knock out the Raging Bolt. Raging Bolt's going to stay in play. It's going to stay in the active with 0 energies on it. And then this is going to get us into a line of play where if they whiff, we can then win, right? It's not perfect. Not even close to perfect at that. But it's our best odds, right? And that's what you have to play to. Always play to your outs. No matter how unlikely, you find the line that gives you the highest chance of winning. And then you do what you can to get there. I mean, Nest Ball for my opponent. Just another Ogerpon. I guess if they have more grass. Yeah, the energy's there. 2 fighting, 2 lightning in play. They fucking have... That's crazy. Do we have hand attachment? That's the last card I need to see here. Be fighting from hand now. Got 4 stretcher, and a bolt. I mean, I guess, like, if I'm playing Dust Call, it makes sense. I mean, I'm not sold on it. I'm not saying it's correct, but yeah. I was in very, 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 very unfortunate game. A very unfortunate game, but what can you do? What can you do? Alright, let's try that again. Luck has definitely not been on our side today. Luck has definitely not been on our side today. But hopefully we can swing that around. To be fair, last stream we did go on like about 12 game win streak or some shit. Alright, here we go. Nice Stretcher and Gardevoir is amazing. I mean, I see the vision. I'm not sold. I do see the vision. I'm just like Night Stretcher, but I feel like Night Stretcher is good for getting your attackers back, but like really not that good for getting like Curlia and Ralt spaces back because you need multiple, right? So I don't think you can completely cut Rod, which means like the best we could do is then go 1 Rod, 2 Stretcher, and then we have to find a cut for Stretcher, which isn't terrible, but is it worth it? I'm not sure it is. But also I haven't played enough around with that, so I don't know. Not quite sure. I mean, there's definitely an idea there, right? There's definitely an idea there. I think it's just something you try testing and see how it feels. All right. Not the best here. Pheasantipity start. This could be a lot of things. Honestly, I'm just gonna shove Klefki, because my hand is not well positioned, and I need to buy time. I could get a Ralts, but it's not really achieving me much of anything. And ideally, I evolve into Curlia next turn. I'm able to get another Ralts down. And then if I can hit energy and like Poffin, that'd be awesome. Because I have the TME though. But I want to shut down Fish. I want to shut down Rotom. Yeah, I have it as a 1-of with 2 rods. It's not a terrible shot actually. That could work just as well. How good is Lost Tina? I have not played it in this format. In theory though, I don't know. It feels pretty sketchy into stuff like Bolt and Lugia. Probably has a better Bolt matchup than Drago has. Probably has a worse Lugia matchup than Drago has, right? Yeah, probably has a really bad Lugia matchup. You can't, like, cheese it. Like, you can play Temples, but, like, it's not like you have, like... You don't have Kyurem cheese like Drago does, right? Kyurem cheese is what makes that matchup good for Drago, in my opinion. It's not, like, good, but, like, better, right? But you don't have that as a Tina. As crazy as it sounds, I think Tina is just too honest of a deck. Which is pretty wild, admittedly, to say, considering it's Tina, right? But yeah, I think Tina's just too honest. In a meta so dominated by like these crazy, like absolutely out there, insane things like Trifrost and Dusknoir and bullshit like that. Do we bother playing anything here? I don't think we do. Yeah. Wish we had an energy. We don't. Calling it Kyurem cheese sounds accurate. Yeah, for real. I don't think people have truly understood how good Kyurem is. It's because people are still learning how to use Kyurem. But once people realize how to use Kyurem in a deck like Drago, I think this meta is going to be flipped upside down. But all I will say, if you're preparing for the World Championships, you have to have an answer to Drago. You can't, I mean, you can't just let Drago's middling Worlds results stop you from respecting, or Drago's middling online results, I should say, to stop you from respecting Drago. Because Drago will show up in spades, and it will be very successful. Zard will show up in less numbers, but will still also be very successful. So if you're trying to go for a deep run at Worlds, you need to be able to beat both decks. Absolutely. I think the meta is very aggressive with so many options to run over board states in 1 or 2 turns. Absolutely. But I think what's interesting about this meta is when you get 2 aggressive decks put into positions where being aggressive is the wrong play, right? So like to explain this, basically, did I fucking just Dusknoir? Piece of shit. Like to explain this, right? While if you look at, say, Zard vs Drago as an example, it could be very tempting for the Drago player to see, oh, I can Kyurem and I can take 3 prize cards here and I can knock out all my opponent's Charmanders. You click the big funny button, but to do so, used a lot of resources. You flipped over your V-Star marker, did a bunch of stuff. You take 3 prize cards, right? Okay, cool. Roxanne set up a board, pass, right? And then the Drago player can proceeds to lose from there, right? Because they're not able to keep up in the late game. So they're getting punished for the aggressive option, right? That happens a lot, and I think it's even more interesting when it happens between 2 aggressive decks. So like the Lugia matchup, like Lugia versus Regidrago, is another good example of that. Where did they grab one first stamp? Wait, I meant to grab Vessel, but I guess I'm stamping now. Yeah, like Kyurem into Lugia is also super interesting, right? It's super interesting in my opinion. because it's like a board state you set up for, but then you get into stuff like V-Guard energy and Mist energy, and all these stuff that like slow down Drago, right? So like the Lugia player tries to play defensively. Like the Lugia player is setting up a defensive board to stop a potential checkmate turn, right? While playing aggressively by spamming boss's orders, right? And that's super interesting. I ain't no way this motherfucker's using Cruel Arrow. Nah, you're fucking insane for that. What the fuck? Bro, Cruel Arrow is not the line here. This is not the flex you think it is, my guy. Alright. So Charmeleon, I don't want to do some damage to this. With Duskline, I think you can. Yeah, it's weird. Zard's in a weird middle ground. Zard's in a very weird middle ground. Alright, definitely rotting. Okay, I'll Arven. This is really weird. Puffin. So, hold on. Look at the Evo. Well, maybe. Getting less and less sold on this idea. I'm gonna fill up my bench here. Get this. No KO this turn. I don't know how I would. I just have to set up for future turns. That's all I can do here. I do have a potential line, but it kind of depends on how I draw off those refinements. Let's hold the Evo. Alright, good call. Yeah, we absolutely hold the Evo here. It's not a great situation. Definitely not a great situation here, but CM Devo gives us some very interesting lines back into this game. But yeah. Oh no, the Clef keeps shutting down Manaphy. Oh wait, it actually is. Wait, that's really bad. Wait, that's really bad. I didn't think about that. I mean, okay, they're just gonna like kill a Curlia, but like it's still annoying. They're gonna take a knockout here. They're gonna take a knockout here. I need to punch this. The reason I need to punch it is because it has the Charmeleon underneath it. So this needs to be punched. And then I can go for a Devo play. That Devo play is the only way I'm getting back into this game. Which makes this Pheasantipity really threatening. Because it basically means that I'm forced into... it basically means that I'm forced into using the Devo play with the Gardevoir EX in play. We're in the active, right? Which is not great. It's definitely not great. But we'll see what we can do here. Iono's good. Countercatcher's good. Let's get rid of the Arven first. I don't really have that many energies down, actually, so maybe that's not great. We're going to get another energy here. Churro. We have to... I'm going to discarding the energies. I just need one more energy as well. I still have to go into this. And then Iono. That's very clutch. That is very, 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 very clutch. We'll get this. And then we're gonna punch the Zard very hard. And then, I mean, they could win this turn. They absolutely could win this turn, but there's nothing I can really do about that. Because I have to go for this line. If I don't go for this line, I just lose anyway, right? If they go Clops kill Drifloon, kill Gardevoir, I lose, right? There's no denying that, but there's no alternative either. There is no alternative, because if I let them just take a prize card, I just lose, right? I guess, like, actually, wait, because if I had 2 energies, I'd be hitting... I'm hitting 120, which actually would have been enough. Then I could have turned. I should have done that instead. Yeah. I thought I didn't have enough energies, but I did. I was thinking Scream Tail math in my head. I might get punished for that here. And we'll see if they have energy boss, right? But they can quick search for one of them, so. We'll see. Quick search. Boss, just show me the energy. That's all you gotta do. Candy Zard. Okay, do we have energy in deck? I mean, they could have prized 2, or they could be playing 5 and they prized 1. Who knows? Who knows? Show me energy. Yep, there we go. Unfortunate. Alright, I am not having a good time with Gardevoir right now. Deck is not cooperating, so I'm saying fuck it. I'm gonna lock in the helmet, and we're gonna play some Raging Bolt. Because I'm done with all this complicated thinking bullshit and all these inconsistent decks. I'm going to I'm gonna strap on my helmet. I'm gonna play some Raging Bolt. Drago? Maybe Drago. I want to update my Drago list a little bit, though. I need to put Iron Leaves in my Drago list. Because that card's nuts. I think if you're not playing Iron Leaves in your Drago list for Worlds, you're throwing. Alright. Here we go. What's up, Pine Leaves? It is a searchable retreat out, which is super, 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 super very valuable. It has a lot of supers. For a deck like Drago, especially getting out of your Kyurem turn, right? As well as it just being a good attacker. And it's an attacker you use on turn 1. So in the mirror match, if you go second, normally something that's really bad in the mirror, you can Iron Leaves on turn 1 without investing any of your energy switches, right? Because of its ability. And you can do the first damage, and if you do the first attack into like a Squawk, a Mew, even like a Pheasantipede or an Ogerpon, it's insane value. It's so much value. So yeah, the Iron Leaves is very good. The Iron Leaves is very, very, very good. I know it showed up in World Japan Tourney. Yeah, no, it's absolutely worth it. Or Thornton Drago, yes, but the turn you put down Iron Leaves, if you Thornton into Drago, you can't evolve it. So, I prefer Turo. I think I've concluded that I like Turo more. I like Thornton. I really do like Thornton in the deck. I just think healing is so important in so many matchups. I think healing is so important in so many matchups. Like, it's not like important, but like a lot of matchups, people will try to play around Pheasantipity by setting up like multi-prize turns, and you can shut that down with Turo. But I think the Turo is definitely worth it. This is just not a good turn one. Did we choose to go first, by the way? Did I choose to go first? No, I didn't. Okay. Because like I've just been so autopilot into choosing to go first. All right, please whiff turn 1 attack. Thank you. Or if they hit it into the Greninja, we're still kind of fine. Yeah. I don't know. Drago's a weird deck though. Like Drago's a weird deck because like Drago theoretically I think is BDIF. As it kind of gets to do everything and beat everything while remaining consistent, unlike a certain other V-Star Pokemon that is getting a lot of hype right now. Lugia. But I think that the thing about Drago is that it wants to play so many techs, right? There's so many techs Drago wants to play, and it can't play all of them, at least not right now. So I think the secret to cracking Drago for Worlds is one of two things. Either A, cutting specific techs and then dodging the matchups where you need those techs for. So for example, if you decide not to play Radzard, right? If you decide not to play Radzard and you don't hit any Raging Bolt, great, right? I mean, is Goodra absolutely... Yes. Holy shit, do not cut Goodra. Do not cut Goodra. Just don't. Cut Kira, no cap. Chat's silly. Chat's dumb. I'm super okay with that. Yeah, do not cut your Goodra. I've seen so many lists cut the Goodra. Just trust me on this one. Do not cut your Goodra. It is super bait. It's great into Mirror. It's great versus Lugia. It has niche lines versus Zard. It has very solid lines versus Raging Bolt. But more than anything, it's another attacker that you can get into your discard pile early so that you can actually attack on turn 2. Right? It has great use cases and remains a solid consistency card for the deck. Which is super valuable. Okay, I need to like actually think about how I'm playing this. I'm gonna go for this. I'm gonna immediately concealed cards away the lightning. That's awesome. That's perfect even. Then I'm gonna Vessel. I'm gonna get Grass Fighting. I'm gonna Teal Pawn. That's good. I'm going to Sada. Going to attach. Could use the switch card. Yeah, I think it will. There's definitely a hand where I'd want to preserve energies. And then we just get rid of all of the grass energies and the lightning. They're probably knocking out our Drago anyway, or a Raging Bolt anyway, but I think we're fine. But yeah. Do not cut your Goodra. Do not cut your Goodra. It's bad to cut the Goodra. Yeah. What else? What else were we talking about? But yeah, I think Drago, if you can find a way, if you can either correctly predict which techs you don't need, or find a way to play every tech in the deck while remaining consistent, that, at least what I can tell, that's the secret to winning Worlds this year. Because as far as raw power is concerned, the only two decks that can match Regidrago on just raw power are Lugia and Charizard. Right? And I think cracking Charizard is also a very good line to winning Worlds. I think what you have to find out as Zard, though, is how do you, as Zard, make a Zard list that can beat both Lugia and Regidrago at the same time, consistently. And I'm less I'm less convinced that exists than I am convinced that a theoretical every tech played Regidrago list could exist, right? If neither of these two things exist, by the way, if neither of these two things exist, the perfect Regidrago list or the perfect Jard list, Lugia sweeps the tournament. Maybe like Guardies and Raging Bolts maybe sneak in there as well. But I think if you haven't cracked either Drago or Zard, the best play just becomes Lugia. Not that you can't play Drago or Zard if you haven't cracked them, right? But like Lugia is just so good. when it sets up, right? But if we're trying to win the World Championships, we have to take risks. So yeah. Lugia's like spamming plus 220 on Ogerpon, dude, for real. Yeah, Pult feels bad, man. I don't think Pult's it. I think Pult's just, yeah. It's over for Pult. It's over for Pult. I don't think Pult I don't think Pult Bird is good enough. And like I've just real quick just to specify, because I have had people talk to me about this before. Like when I say not good or not good enough, I'm talking at the at the level required to win the World Championships in this case, right? So like I don't mean to call like people's decks bad, but but like definitely. Also, why didn't I bundle before I benched the Ogerpon? That was really silly. Anyway, yeah, like my standards for like what makes a good deck are just so much higher than they really should be. If you think of the game on a broader scale, right? Because obviously there are a lot of good decks, right? I think the meta is very interesting right now. Actually, I might make a tier list. Do we make a tier list today? Not today. Maybe later in the week. Maybe to end the week, actually. End of week tier list might not be a bad shout. But also, it's weird because I don't want to, like... I feel like by making a tier list, I, like, give away too much of my World's thoughts. Because, like... I don't want to say what I'm playing for Worlds and what, like, my thoughts on Worlds meta are fully. Because I don't want to leak. And more so than not wanting to leak, I don't want to lie. Like, so instead of lying to you guys, I just won't tell you shit. But, like, it also feels kind of meh. So, yeah. But, yeah, count the money. Hell yeah. Thank you so much for the 7 months, dude. Greatly appreciated. Greatly appreciated. Is Lugia that good into Zard with such thin rat lines I've been seeing? I think thicker rat lines is definitely better into Zard. But, like, you also have the Weird Ear, which is also good into Zard. So I don't know. I'm not sold. I wouldn't hate Lugia playing 3/3 rat and Weird Ear though. Maybe 3/2. I don't know. It's weird. It's weird. I think like the best Lugia lists probably will be playing like 3/3 rat at Worlds in my opinion, but we'll see. They definitely should be playing Weird Ear, though. I think Weird Ear is insane in the deck. Which version of Pult do you think is better for Worlds? No Drago answer. It's 100% Drago. No. I do think it's Drago, but if you want an actual Pult deck for Worlds, it's Pult Pidgeot. If you had asked me before Shrouded Fables, so for NAAC, I would have said Lost Zone Pult. I think Lost Zone Pult is a super underexplored archetype with a lot of potential that people just haven't found yet. But with Kyurem coming out, not anymore. Not anymore. Putting a single course in your discard pile just instantly loses you the game, which is just, it's unfortunate. It's very unfortunate, but it is what it is. This is the second time today we've started Fluttermane into Iron Thorns. Good evening. Why the fuck am I still kind of tired after drinking iced latte? Drink more coffee. Coffee solves literally every issue you could have as a human being. I am not biased. I have no idea what you're talking about. We don't keep this. Can I go back? Thank you. Give me Raging Bolts. So you're not Raging Bolt. Okay. Come on, Raging Bolts. Please. I am simply too good at this game. I don't even have the one. Now I have the one shot. I was like, I need another Ogerpon to hit the one shot here. Easiest game of my life. Literally, because it took one turn. Yeah. Yup. Dope. Dope. See, all we had to do to, like, listen, chat, all you have to do to rank up on live is just lock the helmet deck, lean back in your chair, and just donk shit. Just roll them. No need to play 4D chess. No need for this Gardevoir, Zard, Comfy shenanigans. I'm so smart. Just lock the long neck and just watch stuff die, bro. Quad Thorns when Flutter, bro, for real. So I don't need 5 energy. No, but I had to retreat the, I need to retreat the Flutter Mane. Oh, wait, did I have Switch Card in hand? Wait. I probably did have Switch Card in hand, actually. I probably did have Switch Card in hand. Maybe I am just trolling. It doesn't matter. We knock it out regardless, right? But see, playing Raging Bolt makes me dumber, but it's fine because I'm winning anyway. You sacrifice brain power for wins. That's how that works, right? All right, we're against Quad Thorns again. I already recognized the player name, so Raging Bolt isn't a good deck for the health of the format. I am yes and no. I don't think Raging Bolt's really that problematic, honestly. Frankly, it's not good enough to be problematic. It has so much counterplay. It's weird because while I do think that high roll decks have their place in every format, the thing about Raging Bolt is that we already have so many like high roll decks that are viable, that are harder to play, right? Shen Pao and Regidrago are really good examples of skill intensive high roll decks, right? They're like very Unga Bunga 2/2/2, but the sequencing in the decks make them very skill intensive to play, which I think is very healthy. I think decks like Regidrago and Shen Pao are super healthy for the game, right? Because they're high roll Unga Bunga decks that require good precise sequencing to be played at the highest level, right? And then you have stuff like Miraidon and Raging Bolt and Lugia, where while theoretically they're doing the same as like Regidrago or Shen Pao, it's less like it's not like you get free wins or like you're a bad player if you play these decks. Like that's not what I'm saying, right? But it definitely makes me wonder if these decks should be like in the game, right? I don't know. It's weird. It's a weird thing. Because like I'm also not gonna sit here and try to convince anyone that you can just show up and win if you're a new player with Raging Bolt, because that would be lying, right? Like it's not that easy. You don't just show up and you're the fucking goat. But it is definitely easier, and I think that's like I think that's interesting. That's very interesting. I have Sada in hand and have ways to discard energy, so I'm actually just gonna hold this hand. Ooh, okay. So I was debating what I could have done. What I could have done is I could have gone, Bellowing Thunder, put this to 20 HP left, and then I could have set it up for a Flutter Mane. But like, I never want to attack with Flutter Mane, right? I never want to attack with Flutter Mane here. But I think what we do here is we go Vessel into Pokegear, hope we hit Sada. Which is a little scuffed, but yeah. Is more luck-based than Lugia, maybe? Nah, Lugia is definitely more luck-based. The thing about Lugia is, like, once Lugia sets up, that deck is actually kind of cool, right? Once Lugia sets up, Lugia is, like, low-key kind of cool. And I don't like saying this because I hate coin flips with a burning passion, but Lugia, when it sets up, has skill-intensive lines, interesting sequencing, right? And there's real skill in the resource management, right? But so often your games as Lugia divulge into, wow, I sure hope I have an opening playable hand. Wait, a playable opening hand. Me English good it is. Yeah. But it's weird in that regard. It's weird in that regard. All right. Let's hit good cards. Lightning and let's get rid of the grass actually. Bop bop. All right. Can we have a Sada? No. That sucks. I'm gonna hit the Pokestop and I'm probably gonna regret it, but I'm gonna hit it anyway. Yep. It's fine because I totally always hit a Sada here. A Sada here. We're going for the one with all the energies. That's more value. And then I'm going to go here. And then I'm going to go... kind of undecided on how... Oh, I have... Wait, but it doesn't do anything. I'm trolling. Prime. Okay, I have Stretcher. I have Prime. I have Switch Carts. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab this. And then I'm going to go... I don't know. My Gouging Fire Dust Lord deck is too good. I'll believe it when I see it. I'll believe it when I see it. This hand's solid. I should have another Nightly Stretcher. I should have a Nightly Stretcher in my prizes. Or Night Stretcher. That's what it's called. Is Drago washed? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. It's just harder to play than people thought it was. Yeah. The Thorns Cornerstone deck was actually crazy, but now that it's leaked, I don't know. Honestly, if it hadn't been leaked, it wouldn't have been a terrible shout for Worlds, but I don't think the deck is just... Like, it's a good gimmick deck, and honestly, like, one could reasonably sneak into top 32 at Worlds, but... But, like, I don't think it's anywhere near good enough to, like win an event, right? I could not play Drago for the life of me, probably. Nah, I think a lot of Drago... Like, Drago's similar to Chin Pao in that manner. Like, in a different way, but not in a different way at the same time, right? Quad Thorns is winning Juniors for sure? I don't think so. Dude, fucking Juniors, Seniors keep playing Comfy decks. The Juniors and the Seniors keep playing fucking Comfy decks. Like, it's actually crazy how these kids are like, nah, we're just gonna, like, play, like, the hardest decks in the game to play, just for fun. Also, playing Colress in this deck is fucking bold. It's not like Chin Pao. No, it's not like Chin Pao, but it's skill-intensive in the same way Chin Pao is, where it's an Unga Bunga high roll deck, and if you draw the nuts, it doesn't matter how good you are, you'll win. But the skill in the deck comes from managing hands that aren't as good as you want them to be, and that's what's hard, right? That's the skill. Yeah. Prime is the same as... Okay, I need to shoes. Bundle does nothing here. Stretcher? That's not Stretcher. Definitely doing this. That was our last Sada, right? Yeah, we don't have Palpad either. Touch the grass. I need Flutter. So we need to thin these out of my hand. It's exactly like Mewtwo Tag Team Welder. Honestly, kind of is. I don't know if it's exactly, but it's pretty similar. Have you tried Turbo Moon, Percherunt? I have not, but I think it seems fine. It seems solid to me. I'll bench this. I'm kind of tempted to Burst Roar. Burst Roaring this hand feels really bad, though. I think what I need to do is I need to buy time without Burst Roaring. Well, actually, maybe I could Burst Roar this hand. We didn't get our Fluttermane Lost End, right? It's still in our discard pile? I think it is, right? Yeah, okay. I need to buy it. I need to buy time here. Getting Cirrosic would kind of suck. Well, I mean, we should get, like, Raging Bolt, Ogerpon, Pokemon Catcher is probably fine. Yeah. I mean, could be better, could be worse. We hadn't lost so many Sawdust, this would be better, but... Hammer is very annoying, so please don't. Okay, fine. Be that way. Maybe I just suck at POW then, too. I mean, like, they're just decks that come with time. Like, just because you brick... just because you brick with POW doesn't mean you're bad at POW. Well, maybe I'm lying. Maybe that's actually exactly what that means. Maybe that's exactly what that means. But that feels mean to say. I don't know. I don't actually know. I don't actually know. I mean, it depends, right? Are we, like, actually bricking, or are we mis-sequencing hands and then not drawing what we're supposed to draw because we didn't give ourselves the best outs to find it, right? I can't know which one of those two that is unless I'm watching your games, right? I mean, I don't know. Were you winning with POW? Because if you're winning with POW, you're probably, like, pretty fine with it. The top 8 of the cup with it. I mean, I don't know how impressive top 8 of the cup is because I don't know what your local region is or how many players there are and all that stuff. Don't got enough info to go off of there. All right, I'm just gonna hit the Burst Roar. Honestly, think I have to here. I should have done it last turn, but whatever. And the issue is by hitting the Burst Roar, I need... no, maybe it... I'm not... yeah. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Maybe what we should have done was just shouldn't have, like, actually benched the Flutter. Ever. Well, Kama Brothers and Shawnee played there. Honestly, that's... yeah, you know what? I think that's plenty respectable. Dude, I love Shawnee. Shawnee's the GOAT. Alright. Here's what needs to happen. I'm going to have to attach grass here. I can't keep getting rid of energies. Because I don't have Sada. So I need to top deck Night Stretcher to go into Fluttermane. Yeah, fuck that. I'm not bothering. I don't think I have enough energies to finish the game now. Also, took a game off with Duo playing Lost Boss with Ninja Cheese. Love to see it. Love to see it. Let's see here. So I have a couple things I need to check real quick. Sup, Davis? How we doing? How we doing? All right, here we go. I can look at the rest of that later. What time is that? It's like 5 something. Okay. I mean, this is typically where I like, well, 15 minutes ago, but it's like typically where I end the stream. But I mean, I did start 2 hours late. I don't know if I'll go like a full 2 hours overtime, but is it the same fucking player? I don't think it's the same player, but it is probably Turbo Thorns again. But I have the Goat Fluttermane. And a switch cart this time, which that part does help. The whole switch cart, yeah, it's pretty good. Switch cart's pretty good. Yeah. Like Helsinki, Vanta region is super stacked. I believe that. Helsinki is like the only place in Finland I actually know. I'm gonna be real. It's probably my inner American coming out there, but also my inner American is really not that inner. It's pretty damn outer as well. But yeah, I can imagine. The capital's like typically pretty stacked of any given place. It's 23:14 here. I'm watching your stream and the Olympics at the same time. Love to see it. I was streaming and watching the Olympics at the same time earlier. Wow, that sucks, actually. I don't have an energy. What could I get with Ultra Ball that bails me out here? Nothing, right? Rip. I mean, to be fair, if we get an energy, what we can do is we can go Ultra Ball away double Sada, Palpat back double Sada. Fuck you. And then we can do stuff, then we can't do stuff. Actually, hold up. We're getting rid of this. What if we get rid of, like... Hear me out here. Did Victor Axelsen get the finals of badminton? I have not watched. I've not watched. The only sport I've been following in the Olympics has been volleyball. Motherfuckers, I have nothing. Ultra Ball isn't even like a draw out. We're just sitting here like passing. Vanta's like the north of Helsinki, 20 kilometers, 20 to 10 kilometers. Okay, that's fair. Foreign player on ladders seem to have all Japanese names. I notice. Maybe. It's possible. I've been having a lot of Japanese opponents regardless. Like just over the weekend. Alright. Can I please have an energy card here? Just an energy card? And I could burst roar? You know what? Just for you, I'll consider that acceptable. Just for you. I'll take Chorus away. Yo, Giovanni's charisma? Hell yeah. Guys, it's Giovanni's Reese. Shoot me. So we already have the Ogerpons here. I don't like getting rid of switch card, but... Have you played Donk yet? I have donked someone, if that's what you mean. But otherwise, no. I hate you. I hate you for that. Never say those words again. What words? What words? What did I say? What did I say I'm not supposed to say? Oh, the patch round point. No, I haven't played that. Honestly, seems like some good ladder cheese, but I think there's too many big basics for it to ever work. Ignoring the fact that the baby Petrund is banned for Worlds anyway, because it hasn't been printed in Japan yet. Giovanni's Riz, oh. Listen, chat already made me call Pheasantipity EX Pheasantskippity, and frankly, that just makes my entire body hurt, so I kind of feel you. Even though I'm the one saying it. Frankly, it probably just hurts even more because I'm the one saying it. Alright. Anyway. We have an actual hand now. Problem is, we don't have Sada. So we're going to fix that. Brainrotmon. Crazy. Just call him what he is. Alright. So we have 2 Teal Dances and a Concealed Cards to help find us a Sada. There should be free in deck, assuming none are prized. Alright. It's double grass down, though, so we are still going for the Greninja. We get rid of a Lightning. That's so fine. Now we go here. We go Grass, Lightning. We slam down to Palpad. Fighting Energy. Retreat. Everything in this hand definitely just stays. And then we Bellowing Thunder, and we just get rid of the energy on the Ogerpon, because then with a Sada, we can just rip the other Iron Hands off the board. Gen Alpha slang was a mistake. Listen, I'm not gonna defend some of the shit that comes out of these kids' mouths, but what I will say is that dabbing wasn't that much better. Okay? Listen, dabbing was not that much better. Alright? And I definitely had a couple of adults at the time cringe very hard looking at 13-year-old Christian dabbing, okay? I'm not defending Gen Alpha. I never will. I never will. But I'm also not going to sit here and say I was that much better. I'm not going to sit here and pretend I was that much better. Alright, we hit Sada the turn, we win the game. Seems pretty reasonable, right? Let's just start by thinning. English or Spanish isn't that much better. English, dude, the English or Spanish meme makes no fucking sense to me. It's so out of pocket. It's so, like, insanely out of pocket. I don't think we thin the Ultra Ball. We don't have to thin the Ultra Ball. Get rid of that. Alright, we have 4 Sada in deck. Yeah, I'm about to say. It's like, there's no way we whiff. There's no way we whiff. Yeah. Yep. Dragon Ball EX goes... I sound like a boomer, don't I? I don't know. Hey, I've been watching for a bit. I play Raging Bolt for a while. Is there a list for this version? Sure, good timing. Yeah, this list is pretty basic. This list is pretty basic, all things considered. Actually, you know what I'll do? I should be doing this more often. What I'll do is I'm gonna export this, and then I'm gonna drop this deck list in the Discord server. So if you haven't joined that, go join that. There's a link right down below. I'm just gonna put it in the list channel for anyone interested. But it's a very basic Raging Bolt list. There's nothing too special about it. The main thing is it plays both the bundle and the flutter, which is not that common. But I like it a lot. It's been really good. Yeah, just dropped it in there. The Discord server is a bit chaotic. Very, very on and off with how active people are. But you know what? It's a pretty good time in there. Definitely recommend people join. Plus, you get notifications when I go live. Do you think that helps? Or at least helps me. Helps me, right? But yeah. A little chaotic in there, but you know what? A little chaos never hurt anyone, right? Ooh, we have, I don't know if this is a leak or if it's official, but regardless, Play Pack Series 5, cards have been shown, and we have Playstamp A-Specs. Alright, we're against Drago. This is a matchup I'm pretty curious to play from the Bolt perspective, because that is something I have not done that much. So, we'll see how this plays out. There's going to be a Squawk on turn 1 for my opponent here. I'm super fine with that. Finally, my Prime Catcher. Sure, I feel like I'm missing some context there. Oh, the Playstamp Prime Catcher. Right. Yeah, I'm more excited for stuff like Playstamp. Playstamp Sadas seem like it go kind of hard. Right now, what we've been shown is, I think there's a picture of what's it called, Playstamp Hero's Cape, and then Playstamp Ancient Drum. But I mean, I'm assuming we're getting all of the A-Specs, right? Which is good. It also makes them more accessible, which is very good. On the topic of good, this is not. I'm gonna do some big braining here. Actually, do we even like want to get that back? I actually don't think I want to get these back. Maybe I'm trolling. Yeah, I don't think we're rod here. I was like kind of thinking like, oh, I rod here, and then like I save my resources, but I don't really need to do that. Not taking the first knockout of the game here is a little sketchy, but they had the Halucha in the active anyway. Not that we couldn't bundle, but still. My opponent could also pass. Okay. Sure. I guess. You do you. I'm not going to complain too much about that. I can play the game, so I will. Yeah. Alright, that's unfortunate. CPOW seems really good this format. Don't know why it doesn't have results. CPOW's interesting because Dragapult as a card is just so bad for it. But your Drago matchup's a little coin flippy. I still think it's pretty heavily Drago favored, honestly, but it's by no means like unwinnable for CPOW. And you have like other pretty decent matchups. Like none of your matchups are like great, but a lot of your matchups are pretty decent. Which might actually just be like enough. Let's do this. Yeah. I definitely think CPOW is more real than we're giving it credit for, though, right? All right. Pick a card for me to blow up. It's gonna be the Squawk. That seems like a pretty reasonable shout. Here, done. I've seen what brain-breaking math formulas Lost Tina to do. I mean, no, like I think the stuff Lost Tina posted wasn't even like that like difficult. It was just like really weirdly formulated. Where was it? Where'd it go? Was it? Hold up. I'm in the Discord server now. It was kindergarten. Like, who lays up their math like that, bro? But it's definitely not meant for kindergarten. Yeah. Honestly, the second I graduated from high school, the knowledge on how to do any of that shit just immediately left my brain. It just evaporated into thin air. It's like, oh, I don't have to do algebra anymore? Poof. It's gone. What the fuck is a fraction? all of the knowledge, like everything I ever learned in an algebra class just immediately evaporated from my brain. Yeah, somebody graduated middle school. For real. Yeah, well, the weird thing for me is because I had algebra in folkeskole, which is like middle school, high school. It's weird. Yeah, I had it there, and then I went to 10th grade at a business school, and my first half of 11th grade at a business school, and we didn't have to learn any algebra. We were just done with algebra, right? Our math was, statistics and percentages and like money. It was money, okay? It was money, right? Like we never did a math assignment that didn't have a dollar sign or a krona sign attached to it, right? So like logistics like that. And then I moved to the US and they're like, yeah, we're gonna put you in algebra. And I'm like, sure, I know algebra. No, I did not. No, I did not. Because all that shit, like all the background I had was gone. And they were several years ahead of me anyway. Because I hadn't had algebra since 8th grade. And I came in junior year, so. Yeah, except for Pokemath. 1 damage counter equals 10. True. Big math. Yeah. Oh, that was very, very big flash on the screen. So they Teena'd here. Okay. Yo, Thornton goes crazy. Just curious, you've ever done Excel shit? Oh, yeah. Oh, yes, I have. Both like for private projects and for school stuff. I have, well, okay. I have used Excel, but I have more hours now in Sheets, in Google Sheets. But it's like, it's the same fucking thing. I do prefer Excel, though. When I had Excel free for my school, I used Excel more, but then I stopped having free Excel, and I was like, okay, I guess I'll just go to Sheets, and it was fine, right? But I love just messing around in spreadsheets. I think it's really fun. But like many things, I hate being forced to do it. So I was like, I'll set up like a project in a spreadsheet, and I'll never actually get around to it because the process of setting it up is more fun to me. Which is like some pretty goddamn autistic behavior. I'm not gonna lie, but I'm not gonna lie. It's pretty out there, but I happen to be on the spectrum. If that was not like very obvious. All right, now we hit Sada. I said, now we hit Sada. That's fine. We still have to knock out. It's just a little scuffed. Say a little scuffed, I mean very scuffed. Is the Palpad in here? Two Sada. Is the Palpad in here? I should have done this earlier. Is Drago just a good matchup for Bolt if they don't play Noivern? Gaku can show me has to buy a Drago with Noivern. Yes. Bolt is definitely favored into Drago. Even if they play Noivern. Because the Noivern, it's like just the Noivern doesn't do enough. They have to also play Scoop Up Cyclone. Which, like, if they play Scoop Up Cyclone on top of it, then sure. But if they're playing Scoop Up Cyclone on top of it, then they're not playing Prime Catcher, and then their deck is worse, right? Also, I should have played the Rod that was in my hand. I think there was a Rod in my hand, right? I'm not trolling. Also, I should have hit the Pokestop before I used Palpad. Now I can't hit the Pokestop. Misplays, a pawn, misplays. There was not a Rod in my hand. Okay, never mind. Yeah. What are you playing the Worlds? Can't leak. Well, I can. I won't. Yeah. Unfortunately, people have started to give a shit about my opinions, so by saying what I'm playing for Worlds, I am making my odds at Worlds worse. If I was still a no-name, then I would have just said. Like, I said on stream when I was playing the Stuttgart, for example, but I also had 5 viewers and was going 2-2 in late night with a net deck Sablezard list the week before the tournament, so yeah. Even with Cyclone, Bolt is favorite. I don't know about that. If you play Cyclone, Turo / Penny, and Noivern, I think you can pretty reasonably set up the board. Yeah. I recently did a spreadsheet for testing alpha formulas that using the dollar was a pain in the ass. Oh yeah, for real. Yeah, messing with the currencies in those like in like spreadsheets and shit gets really weird. So it's not Bolt. World needs all of your brain cells. Yeah. If I had less confidence in myself as a player, I'd probably be playing Bolt or Lugia. But now I have an ego, and that thing is fucking fragile. So, we're playing good decks. Nothing quite as fragile as the ego of a self-proclaimed top player. Alright. Gimme your Fez. Long neck giraffe guy, go kaboom. Can I? Thank you. Bank. Alright. Nah, just $1 makes the formula cells not moving when autofilling. Makes sense. It's been a hot minute since I've done anything complex in spreadsheets, though. Alright, we're getting out of Mew of Shaman tier. Yeah. We're making up for all of the shit games we had with Lugia and Gardevoir earlier. Yeah, Bolt is good. Bolt is definitely just good. I don't think it's BDIF, but I do think it has a certain solid spot in the metagame. That it'll definitely maintain going into Worlds. Bolt seems like a very decent, safe play. Seems like a very decent, safe play, but... Yeah, I played Lugia earlier today. I did not have fun. I won one game, and then I bricked 3 games in a row, and started playing something else. But yeah, like... I don't know, Bolt's just, like, solid and consistent and good. So... Yeah. Bolt's 45, 55 in Zard. I could see it. Honestly, I haven't played enough Bolt into Zard to, like, really know, but time to look at the VOD and criticize you. I definitely did not make all the best plays, alright? That's all I'll say. But, it's Lugia's fault, so it's okay. Let's see here. Mist Energy, Nest Ball. Okay, this could be Zard, but it's a likely control. We think change with Bolt. What's it called? Night Stretcher and Pheasant Deputy. Yeah. Broken cards. Both cards are insane for this deck. Both cards are absolutely insane with this deck. Not Lugia's fault. You just haven't one. I one-tricked Lugia for several months at the start of last season. But that was when Lugia was a good deck and played good cards like Professor Burnett. We do not play Professor Burnett anymore, and therefore I do not respect Lugia. So yeah. Also, I should not have taken Grass Energy there. That was a misplay. Actually, this entire sequence has been kind of... never punished. Never ever punished. That was also wrong. Okay, I missequenced this turn horribly. Let's okay. Step back. Look at this. We grab these two. Because we want to be able to chain Ogerpons. If we hit anything good. So let's see what we hit here. That's good. What we grab here is reasonably gonna be Greninja. Okay. We'll go this. We will skillfully whiff. Switch that out of the active. Use Hyper Blower. Play Iono. Not ideal, but I mean, could be worse. Go here. I think we're just passing. So yeah, this is fine because we have Ultra Ball for Bolt into Sada next turn. I think we're chill. You gotta believe in the rats. Don't actually. Mouse just will never show up at the correct time. I'm more concerned about getting my Archeopsis into play, honestly. That's been the hard part for me. But yeah, Lugia's weird. Lugia's weird right now. I definitely would not feel comfortable bringing it to Worlds. I would not feel comfortable bringing Lugia to Worlds. But I have a little hunch that it could actually be the most played deck. Yeah. If weird means it's ass, nah, I don't think it's ass. It's too explosive to be completely bad. I want to just write it off as bad, bro. You have no idea, but I can't. Can't do that. Wish I could, but I can't. All right, so we are playing against control. Yeah, is this some this is some what's gonna call it? All up Blitzel stuff. There we go. That's the word. Or name. I feel like people are not trying the spicy Zard builds online. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. All of the best Zard builds are definitely not being leaked, right? Lugia rolls with a skillful player piloting it when they actually set up. Oh yeah, absolutely. But like, no matter how skillful you play, it doesn't matter if you don't set up, right? Now, obviously, like, proper sequencing in your early game and like risk management can help you set up more consistently. So skill is definitely rewarded as a part of your early game. As Lugia, but not to the extent I would personally feel comfortable about. God damn it, I got punished. Alright, can I convert this fighting energy into a lightning energy? No. I can't. That's very sad. Passing feels really bad here, but I think I have to. Yeah. I still have Palpad, right? Yeah. Honestly, I feel like patience is like kind of okay here. I think being patient is pretty fine. Problem with Zard is that I feel Snorlax is going to be a high percent. Nah, I don't think it will. I don't think it will be. Snorlax might make the graphic, though. Snorlax could potentially make the graphic, which would be very impressive for Snorlax at Worlds. But I don't think it, like, at the highest, it's going to be, like, the 6th most played deck. With, like, probably somewhere between 7 and 4% of the meta. Realistically, closer to the 5 mark. Yeah, I think, like, somewhere between 7 and 5% seems fair for block stacks. Because the deck is, like, kind of in a good spot. Yeah. Alright, they're gonna get rid of our Sada. I mean, that's like a fine play, but Honestly, Pokegear for Iono would go crazy. Nope, just another Sada. Well. Can I have Lightning Energy? Do people's egos block them from playing block? I don't think so. I don't really think so. Bro. Why can't I find Lightning Energy? I'm just gonna manually retreat my Raging Ball. Fuck it. Because apparently it's really hard to find Lightning Energy. Alright. This is somewhat fun. It's weird. Because, like, Sorosic would kind of fuck us in the ass here. Sorosic would be kind of annoying. But, yeah. Deck is super bad for the tournament structure. Makes people not respect it. Makes it a good play. Maybe? I don't think it's that bad for the tournament structure, though. Because, like, you can just as easily go 5-0-3. Like, here's a fun fact. My first ever World Championships I ever played was in 2018 when I was a senior, right? And I made day 2. It was 6 rounds, right? I made day 2 by going 3-0-3. Because I went 2-0 into 2-0-1 into 3-0-1, and then I just double ID'd, right? Like, there's nothing stopping people from doing that this year. There's nothing stopping people from doing that this year. All right, I think it's gonna be interesting to see how my opponent goes for the Sada or the Palpad here. I don't think the Palpad's correct because then I burn the Sada and then I'm done. But I'm out of Sadas. Review ID at 501 into 502. You a little bitch. Well, what you have to remember is that every year at Worlds until this year, right? Every year, your score resets going into day 2, right? So there was no actual, like, there was no reason not to do that. There was no reason not to do that. I do have more than 4 engine here, right? Just gonna double check something. Yeah, this Worlds. I wouldn't do it this Worlds. But like in past years, it was just the correct thing to do. All right, I'm going to go bye-bye. We're going to get a bunch of grass energies. But the funny thing about grass energies is that when you put them on your ogre guys, they go boom. And I like it when my grass energies go boom. I don't think my opponent can reasonably stop me from winning next turn. I'm back trying monster right now. I am so sorry for whoever's in your immediate vicinity. I can't even imagine what I was like the first time I had monster. I must have been like the worst human being alive to be around. There's no doubt about it. Because, like, think about how immature I am as a 20-year-old. Now, imagine me being 13 and having an energy drink for the first time. It's crazy. Alright, I'll see you, Mooncake. Good luck with the testing. Why didn't you go for the pitch up bunk? I should have flipped the Pokemon catcher. We definitely hold the prime catcher, but I should have flipped the Pokemon catcher. I did think about the play, and then I started talking to chat because someone asked. I already forgot what someone was asking about or saying. And then I was like, oh, I need to launch an attack, and I just clicked attack. I hate energy drinks, especially Monster Energy, bro. Let me see how many empty cans I can grab just from my current position. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, can I reach? I can reach. 5. 6. 7. That was a Gatorade. That doesn't count. 8. And then I have a trash can over there, which is full. Hence why I have cans littered all over the place. And now I'm going to start over game. But yeah, I don't have a problem. The problem is everyone except me, actually. The problem is everyone else. The problem is everyone else, okay? Don't even worry about it. That ruins your teeth and liver in the long run, my dude. Listen, I'm gonna be so real with you guys. A lot of things are bad for you. Including a lot of things that people talk about less. At least I know what I'm putting in my body. Yeah. Frankly, I could be smoking instead. Could be vaping instead. Could be doing a lot of other things instead. Frankly, I'm not too concerned about my energy drink consumption, as long as I keep it to an amount that lets me stay a normal fucking human being. But yeah. Yep. It doesn't make energy drinks better for me. Trust me, I'm acutely aware of how bad they are for me. But that hasn't stopped people from going to McDonald's before, right? So I'll put it there. 34 paying for drinking too much in my 20s. Yeah. That is a common occurrence. No, I mean, I'm not saying you're wrong, right? But yeah. I'm not too concerned about my current energy drink consumption. Mostly because, like, it's not like I'm drinking, like, any more than 2 a day at absolute most. Typically not more than 1, and on tournament days, which is like every weekend, I drink 0. So, actually, I'm out of water. I'm out of guys. I'm out of water. I'll refill after this game. And we'll take it from there. Drink 0 in tournament days. Yeah. So this is it's actually pretty interesting, right? Because basically, it's a little conditioning trick you can play on your brain, where if you make your brain very used to, like, anything, right? And then you take that away at a point where it normally wouldn't have been taken away, what that does is it effectively conditions your brain into having, like, a separate mode, right? And what you do with that separate mode, that's, up to you, right? So, for me, what I've conditioned my body to, this took a while, by the way, and I don't recommend it, not in the way I did anyway, but what I've conditioned my body for is that when I don't drink energy drinks, right, or caffeine in general, or really sugar, just sugar in general, my body is now conditioned into then thinking, oh, it's tournament day. So I have a separate tournament mode, if that makes sense, which helps me concentrate and play better on tournament days. Yeah. That also means that by the end of round 9, I have a pulsing headache because of the lack of sugar intake, because, like any good 20-year-old, I'm addicted to that shit. But it makes me play better throughout the tournament. So, yeah. I would listen if you want to do this. By the way, reverse it. Fucking reverse it. Do the opposite of what. Never drink an energy drink ever, and then start every Saturday at a regional with a monster. Okay, do it the opposite way. Don't do what I did. Don't do what I did. Do it the opposite way. Okay, much healthier, much cheaper, and just better for you. Yeah. I should have played the Pokemon Catcher first, actually. Yeah, it's a pretty basic thing, like not specifically that, but the concept is pretty normal within sports psychology. It's pretty common to have some form of conditioning, like mental conditioning, like as an athlete, right? That you use for tournaments, or like competition or whatever it is. I'm trying to figure out how I want to sequence this. Let me just go. No, give me bolts. I don't really like this board. I'm getting. This Klefki is making my explosive turn really bad, considering that I'm about to get. I mean, look at my opponent's board, right? We're not exactly in a good spot here. You're essentially Pavloving yourself. That's a great way of describing it, actually. That's a great way of describing it. Yeah. For anyone who's heard of Pavlov's dog, I mean, they're really not to that extreme, but it's the same concept. It's the same concept. Yeah. You make up for drinking 10 liters of water a day. This is also true. I do drink a lot of water. Also a good habit, by the way, like to any of my fellow drinks too much soda and energy drinks people, like drink just as much, preferably more water than you do sugar or caffeinated drinks. And what you want to do is you want to drink them at the same time. This is what my dentist taught me. Because obviously my dentist is probably not happy about my energy drink consumption. Shocker, I know. But what I was told this like years back. But basically she said, like, if you have, like, first of all, if you can, drink it with a straw. Better for your teeth, right? But if you can, try to always, immediately after you have a sip of like an energy drink or a soda or even a beer, honestly, take a sip of water, right? And a lot, not all of, but a lot of the shit you get on your teeth that's like really bad for your teeth will rinse itself off, right? It's not a perfect solution. And if you're drinking these things, you should be drinking with a straw. And really, as far as teeth are concerned, you should not be drinking it at all, right? But, you know, again, yeah, water goes a long way. My average beverage consumption in any given day is typically a cup of coffee in the morning, an energy drink, kind of, it's very day dependent, but like an amount of soda, typically not more than like a can, and then anywhere between 2 and 3 liters of water, which means I am drinking more water than I'm drinking anything else, right? Doesn't mean all the other stuff is healthy, by the way. It doesn't work that way, unfortunately. But I mean, yeah. 0 for sure. I'm gonna bonk the Gardevoir. Yup. Give me that. Well, I don't know which one's better for your teeth. It's probably normal, but I drink 0 sugar. I did not mean to play that. Okay, well, it doesn't make a difference. I meant to play this. That gets me Ogerpon. All right, enough talk about energy drinks and sports psychology and complicated yet kind of bullshitty topics, let's look at a very big bonk happening to a Gardevoir. We hit very big bonk. Much big bonk I do. Alright. Might as well. Then we Bellowing Thunder. And we're just gonna do something along the lines of this. And sure. Sure thing. All right. Want to check something real quick. All right. There we go. Alright, what's my opponent doing? There's Gardevoir EX. Drifloon's back in the active. Double Monkey Dory. I don't like that. That makes me sad. Now they're hitting... They can one-shot a Raging Bolt here. It's a little sketchy. What I need to do... Ooh, wait. I misplayed pretty heavily last turn. I should have attached a Fluttermane last turn. Because I'd want to be able to go and take... 2 prize cards with a 1 prize in the active. I don't even need to take 2 prize cards next turn, though. I can take 1 prize next turn just fine. As long as it means killing the Gardevoir. Which actually means I should be targeting the Drifloon no matter what. My opponent is going about this in a very interesting way, though. Is Iono in deck? There's a Turo. Iono is in deck. I can pseudo force Gardevoir next turn anyway. You can't take 2 prize cards with it either way. Not after the charm. Not after the charm. Before charm, I could. But now they charmed their Drifloon, so I can't. So I thought they were going to go double Monkey Dory to kill the Raging Bolt without using charm. All right. This has damage, but we can switch card it. So I need to kill this. And yeah, okay. So this is very interesting. Let's start by doing this. Good. Then we do concealed cards. There's the Iono. That's good. There's a good early hit. Then we'll do Teal Dance. That's good because that gets us the funny pheasant thing. Guy, person, bird. We go into Teal Dance. And then might as well burn the shoe. I do like Palpad here. We still have Prime in deck, so we definitely want Sada. And then what we do is we switch card off of the... We switch card away the Raging Bolt's damage. To go here. And then we Iono them to 2. Iono to 2 is by no means perfect here. They still have double Curly on play. But it is going to be our best shout of winning this game. Especially because we have no tool removal in this list. I think I'll put my energy here. Because why not? I'm going to Bellowing Thunder. I'm going to get rid of the grass on this. And then we're just going to hope they don't have it. And if they don't have it, then they probably won't put a Gardevoir EX into play anyway, which means we are going to have to basically have them whiff 2 times here. Which is not great. Absolutely not great. But this is our best line back into this game. No ifs or buts about that. So we just hope. I know at least I did shuffle a Gardevoir EX to the bottom. because that was in their hand. We know that because they turret it. Let's see here. Ultra Ball going away here. That's concerning. Can you check my Bolt list? I got 3rd at the Card Store 7th Anniversary Online Tourney yesterday. Is it on Limitless? Then sure. I might give it a... I might check it out just because. Boss, aight. Sometimes I just got everything like that. Let's see here. Tournament completed. What should I even filter it by? Battle Park. No. It was. I need to check it and say what kind of person he is from the list for real. You can check out the Bolt list. I got 3rd Card Store 7th Anniversary Online Tourney. That was yesterday. Okay. Here we go. Let's see here. 7th place. No, 3rd place. I am not reading that name out loud. Minior is very interesting. Why do we need Minior? 4 Pokemon Catcher. I hate Pokemon Catcher, but I don't inherently disagree with 4 Pokemon Catcher. I mean, this looks fine. I would like Bundle and or Flutter. I don't think you need both. I just like both, but I don't think you need both. Minior was a meta call because there was loads of Lax. I think don't you beat Lax anyway? Or am I just trolling? Do we not beat Lax? I mean, I haven't really played the matchup that much, so I'm honestly not sure, but. Tourneys today, but there are retro ones. I'll have to see it. Alright, it's like a little bit past 6 now. I think we play like 1 or 2 more games and we call it a day. I see if you're lost on box list for Worlds. Won it? Nope, I don't. Thanks for the offer, but I will be passing you up on that one. You do? I really don't, man. I really don't. Do you have any friends that are going to Worlds? Because if not, just post it in the server. Or keep it to yourself, bro. I don't fucking know. Do we expect Bolt at Worlds to play Bravery Charms? I'm expecting it to be 50-50. I don't know. I'm really mixed on Bravery Charms. Because like playing the Bravery Charms makes your deck worse. But at the same time, it's kind of undeniable that Bravery Charm is really good into a couple of key matchups. Namely, it makes your Regidrago matchup even better. Which, like, then the question is, if your main use case for Bravery Charm is to make your Drago matchup even better, but Drago is already one of your best matchups, well, then do we need Charm? I'd argue no, personally. But, I don't know, right? There's also like Booster Capsule, which is a very interesting tech that's been implemented in Japan, where if you Booster Capsule to a Raging Bolt, then you take 1 prize card, and then they Dusclops, you're active, and then they're 10 damage short of knocking you out, right? Specifically because it's Booster Capsule. If it's Charm, they knock you out exactly. So that's also very interesting. But those are the 2 main use cases, and with the way the meta's panning out right now, I don't think it's worth. But maybe afterwards it's worth. I don't know. I think for now, I probably focus on making the deck just better. That seems like more value. All right. I need to immediately Hyper Blower. Defiance. What are we talking about, bro? Why are we talking about Defiance Band? Oh, for Zard? Yeah. Yeah. But then, like, then they knock you out regardless, right? Because, like, if the alternative is that you had Charm, then you at least force the Defiance Band. Alright. Steel Dance. My second for good matchups is so bad. But it's classified Pokemon mentality. The monster is shit? Cry about it. I really want to take a knockout. This is not... do I have just Squawk, actually? Maybe I'm trolling. Maybe I just Squawk, actually. Yeah, I'd probably just Squawk here. I haven't been using Squawk enough, actually. I mean, I don't like getting rid of this hand, but I don't like keeping it either. Piss color too? Nah, listen, the ones that have the color of piss are always the best ones. Trust. I sound like such a fucking addict. Oh wait, I am. Oops. Go this first. No. That's fine. Alright, I've already used one. Get Grass Lightning. We always hit Sada here. I didn't doubt it for a second. Watch. No. Okay. And restore. I could see myself watching Christian as a kindergarten teacher. I did used to work at a kindergarten. This is a true story. I was damn good at it too. A lot less swearing, to be entirely fair. A lot less swearing. A lot more being the fun adult who put 10 kids on one swing and was probably not as responsible as I should have been. No, actually, I was pretty good at that job. I'm not gonna lie. I was a pretty good I was like teacher. I didn't teach shit, but what's the word? In Danish we'd call him a pidigol. But yeah. We always hit 2 energy. Your shadow. Alright, we go next game. Same energy, mate. Same energy much. Yeah. I have plenty of experience working with kids, let's put it that way. Which is pretty funny from a guy who was legally a kid 2 years ago, but you know. I'm back into Flutter. Your deck sucked! Alright, well, I can actually use my Ogerpons now, so I kind of don't care too much. Drake moment? Nah, bro. Nah, bro. Not like that. Not like that, bro. Yeah, no. Stretcher. We just save Prime. Actually, I'm trolling. We don't save Prime here. Well, we get the bundle regardless, but what we're gonna do is we're just gonna go Prime. And we're gonna go kill the Lugia. Because if we kill the Lugia, we win the game. Isn't it really funny how that works? Bonk. Yeah. See, I told you, kill the Lugia, win the game. It's so simple. It's so simple. Alright, one more game. One more game, that's what you get, chat. You get one more game. I think now we're out of Shaman, and we get one more game to, like, put us, like, completely out of the danger zone here, right? And then I'll probably be playing more tonight, and then, like, tomorrow. For tomorrow's stream, I'll probably be an Arceus tier. I get to put the clickbait ass Arceus tier in the title. Works every time. I need to just do this here. All right, there we go. What do we have in this hand? It's meh. Is Denmark good at volleyball? No. I mean, I haven't watched Danish volleyball yet, so I don't know. But we weren't good enough to qualify for the VNL or the Olympics, so I'm just assuming the answer is no. This is definitely a Squawk hand. Now that I remembered my deck plays Squawk, I feel like this deck has gotten a lot better. The taste and smell reminds me of... Why'd they scoop? Alright, one more actual game, chat. One more actual game. Yeah. I could see Denmark getting really good at volleyball, though. I could see Denmark getting very good at volleyball. For sure. Because, like, Danes are tall as hell. Right? If they weren't so busy playing fucking football and handball, then, like... Then they'd probably be pretty good at volley. It's just hard to be good at a lot of sports when you don't have enough people to have enough athletes to cover all your sports, right? Were you about to refer to my comment and then you stopped? What about the monster? I don't know. Not you, you are not tall. Fuck you. I am not tall. I am not tall. But listen, there are players there are players on the Japanese national team who are really good, by the way. Like the Japanese team is like legitimately one of the best in the world. Although they kind of played like ass at the Olympics, but that's besides the point. Yeah. They're like my height, so like, there's definitely a couple of 6'5" monsters on that team. Don't get me wrong, but there are also a fair amount of fellow short people. Anime IRL. Dude, I'm not gonna lie. The Japanese volleyball team is basically just IRL Haikyuu. I'm gonna be so fucking real with you. Actually, I think we should go Greninja here. Yeah. We go Greninja. We go here. We have Attached Fighting, and we have Concealed Cards Grass. And then we hit jack shit, we just Ultra Ball for Squawk. That ain't jack shit, though. That ain't jack shit. Attach Pass. Yeah. Asian moment, I can say it because I'm Asian. I will not be commenting on that. Who called me? My dad called me an hour ago. All right, there we go. What is this? Maridon? Yeah, amp my Raging Bolt on turn 1, bro. Amp my Raging Bolt on turn 1. Erica plus amp incoming would go crazy. Would go crazy. Ain't no one goes Erica into amp quite like Uffe Axelsen, my goat. The one true goat. Here we go. Look in general? What's going on in general? What'd you do? All right. What was going on in general? With the children being children? What's this from? Is this from today? What do I do? Let's try to reenact it. All right. We had a Greninja Amp. That's like kind of fine, maybe. Because we can just kill this. Ooh, Pheasantipity. 2 minutes ago? Crazy. Give me some energies, pretty please. Don't do this. We do here. The thing is, I don't have the right energies in my discard. If I'm out to lightning, that is not an out to lightning. It could be though, because if we get Greninja back. Oh, my dad texted me? No, my dad called me. There we go. There's a lightning energy. But yeah, respond to your parents. It's important. It's important. Let's do this. Yeah. I probably should have gone Vessel first, then gotten rid of an energy, but whatever. I'm gonna get rid of the boss. I'm gonna get double grass. Well, I guess I do get to do double teal dance then. Actually, that's pretty fine. No. Actually, that's just even more reason to go for the Vessel first, because then I could have Vesseled into a burnable card, and then I can Ultra Ball that burnable card for the Ogerpon, or I could have just hit the Ogerpon, and that would have been fine too. Yeah, okay. So, misplay there, but it's fine. I don't think I'm getting punished. I have Prime Catcher and Switch Cart in hand. And there's my Palpad. 10-0. Okay, I'm just going to hold the Palpad, actually. Yeah, I can get rid of all grass energies for this attack, which I think is what we do, because I don't think we're expecting them to respond to our Raging Bolt here. At least, not yet. If anything, they would Miraidon a Teal Pawn into Ursaluna for a game, right? So, yeah. Imagine if they could generate the Ursa. That would suck. That would suck. Reiko. That seems reasonable. Where are the Miraidons, by the way? Like, where are the Miraidons, actually? Are there Miraidons in this deck? Is this Miraidon-less Miraidon? Is that what this is? Is Miraidon-less Miraidon? Is that a thing now? Okay, Castotopia. Goes crazy. Fish and second Squawk as well. Alright, there's the Miraidon, so I don't know why we're... Did we Nest Ball for Raikou? Did. So the Miraidon's definitely not hitting the bench where my opponent's just trolling. Zapdos. Arven, assumedly for Prime Catcher. Switch Cart Vitality Band. No, that gets him in range. Zapdos Vitality Band gets him in range. Okay. Yeah. There you go. Alright. Let me think about this. The Ursaluna has to die. And then we just don't bench anything. But that gets kind of difficult here. Not benching anything would be kind of bad here. Okay. This has to be primed up. That's a good start. Let's get double grass back. I mean, I can make this work. I just need them to not have boss. Is Force Stone still active, actually? If it is, we lose. It's not. Okay, cool. So we can go here. That's fine. Here, we're going to play the Sada. I mean, it doesn't matter. It's getting discarded anyway. Prime Catcher, Ursaluna. Go into the Raging Bolt. We still have Pheasantipity. Then we Palpad. Get double Sada. And then we go Grass, Lightning, Grass, Grass. Anything else I should have done here? I don't think there is. I think we did what we can. If they have boss, they have boss. We play no health increasing tool cards, so yeah. They'd have Prime, they'd have boss, they could have so many outs, but nothing we can do about it. There's a Nest Ball. They do also need a basic Pokemon, but I don't think that's going to be very difficult. Flip the script. Be crazy. Yeah, nah. We're not that lucky. Unfortunate. Alright, what am I finding here? Yeah, I mean, that's just a run on Bolt matchup, right? They attack first. Shit happens. Alright, chat, that's gonna be it for today. Bit of a weird stream. Only streamed for 3 hours today, but, you know, when stuff comes up, and I do have to carry out the rest of my day. So, that'll be it for today. Tomorrow, at 12 p.m. European Central Time, assuming I don't have to go to the doctor again, let's hope, we'll be streaming. 4 hours until 4 p.m. It'll be a good time. Make sure to stop by a little earlier in the day for all you Americans, but I am sure it'll work regardless. And even if it doesn't, then on Wednesday, we will have a schedule better for the Americans. It'll start at 6 p.m. European Central Time, going until 10. So regardless, make sure to tune in as I play some more Worlds format decks and prepare myself for the World Championships. You know, if Phillips comes to UIC, doubt it, but I don't know. But yeah, that's gonna be it for me today. Make sure to check out all the stuff down below. There's a bunch of cool buttons. You should go click all of them. They are all very cool, do very interesting things that have some affiliation to me in one way or another. And with that, I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye.